Hello, and how are you? I'm the Masked Gamer, and today we're going to be attempting to beat Pokemon Ruby, but I only use normal type Pokemon. Now, the only rules I'm giving myself are a level cap. So, for example, the first gym, Roxanne, has a level 15 Nose Pass. So if I somehow use a level 16 Tailo, then I cannot use that Pokemon until I beat Roxanne and the next level cap is raised. Now, with all that is done, let's begin our journey as a normal type gym leader. Now this is my first time playing through Ruby, the actual game Ruby. I've played the remakes of it before, but we are going to try our hardest. Out of all the challenges, this could be one of the more easiest ones, at least in this generation. But if you guys like this, then consider liking the video or subscribing so that my journey to becoming a new content creator begins, as soon as possible. So we're gonna name ourselves Masked, and then add the G. Do not care. So this video will be split into 3 parts. The first part will be the introductory to the first 4 gyms. The second part will be the 5th and 8th gyms, and the last part will be completing the Elite 4. So, I will get back to you once I collect Pokeballs. Hello and welcome back. We just completed the first main fight, so now we can start the challenge because now we have Pokeballs. So the first Pokemon that we can get from the grass in this route is a Zigzagoon. So hopefully we find a good Zigzagoon. But yeah. Got the running shoes now, that's very nice. And there we go, there's our first Pokemon. I want to name him Scruffy. Scruffy the Zigzagoon. But, yeah. I don't know much about Generation 3, because I never really played much Gen 3. But out of all the generations, I enjoy Gen 5 the most because it has a lot of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah. It's all or nothing. We got a Spam Bee. 1 shake. 2 shake, 3 shake, and we caught the Zigzagoon. So now we can officially have a normal type only team. Now the first level cap for the first is level 15, and that is Roxanne's Nose Pass. So this is going to be a interesting challenge. Now, when I first loaded up this game, I thought that Poochyena was a normal type. However, after doing research, it is a pure dark type. So it might just be that in Generation 3, it wasn't a normal dark, it was just a pure dark type. And it could be just a pure dark type to this day, but... So, if you still made it to this point in the video, I'm open to suggestions. This is my first ever video, and there's tons of things that come into content creating. So, if you guys have any suggestions or any ways to make it a little bit more interesting, then all you have to do is comment down below in the video what suggestions that you can make to help this stream make you have a better time. But back to the challenge. All we gotta do is catch a Swalo next. Or a Parallel, my bad. Oh, you missed. Huh. So this is not a Nuzlocke. However, I think it's more interesting if I give my guys names and am able to do a level cap to add a bit more challenge and a little bit more variety. You gotta make sure to save. Go back out Route 102. Alright. So one of the biggest things that I plan to do is, if I can make this a lot more popular, then I can meet content creators around the world, or content creators that are a lot bigger than me. And I hope that if I get big enough, then I'll be able to meet and see some of the people that I'd like to watch in Pokemon creation, you know? And, okay. Scruffy, come on, man. So, I plan on doing this for every type. Now, for certain types, like ghost typing, it's going to be a lot harder. However, I already have that in mind because I completed Pokemon Violet using only ghost types on my first playthrough. So if you guys ever want to see a video like that, consider liking the video. Alright, Scruffy. We need you to string shot. Okay. Alright. That's death number 1. We are not resetting, but it is just a bad feeling still. So, before we start, I'm gonna just grab more Pokeballs. One of the biggest things is, like most Nuzlocks or challenges, they restrict them to not using items in battle. In my case, I will make it so that once per battle, I will be able to use one item, no matter what that item is. So it could be a revive, it could be a potion, or it could be a, say, X attack to boost my attack. The biggest thing is I can only do that once. So to make it a little bit more challenging, I have to rely on skill and switch training to make sure my characters are up to date and perfect. Oh, great. Now, one of the biggest things for this challenge is just repetition. A lot of it is seeing the same things over and over again. And sometimes, in my opinion, that could drive someone off. We string shotted, but could be good. I still outspeed the worm, and that is training number 2 down. We are so close to level 6. Now in the route ahead, there should be a Tailo, which could be really important for my normal type team, because it adds a little bit more coverage than just a pure normal type. Oh, and alright, that's death number 2. This is gonna be fun journey, you know? Not using multiple types. Because every type has their own advantage and disadvantage, but it's only a matter of, you know, when or how it plays in the world of Pokemon. Alright. Now hopefully, with enough time, it will evolve into a little bit more interesting things, such as randomizers or randomizer Nuzlocks. There are many creators who have done such thing, but I kind of want to ease in first before I get into anything more complicated. But the biggest question I have is how this is going to work out in the future. Now, right now, I'm doing this as kind of a side thing. Nothing too major, but something to engage you guys, you know? And this might be random babbling at this point, but it's hard to think of something when you're doing everything off the top of your head, you know? God, this 6 again does not want to faint. This should be the last Pokemon. Alright. We should be heading up in the next town up ahead, where we meet Wally. And, yep, Petalburg City. Grab this Poke Center, and basically have ourselves fast travel. One of the biggest things is making sure that my Pokemon are all perfect. Maybe not in IVs or anything, I don't really care about that. But making sure that everything is all set up in type coverage, you know. And like my father in the game, he uses normal types only. He mostly uses Vigoroths and Slackings. And I'm actually gonna be having a Slacking on the team, at least for a bit, because it's high stats, you know. So here we meet Wally. In the later generations, the Gen 3 remakes, Omega Ruby is what I actually ended up playing. That's why I'm playing Ruby, I enjoy, you know, I have a brother, so we often had to divide the game franchises in half. So it's like one of us would choose, say Generation 6 games, you know. I chose Pokemon X, and the next person chose Pokemon Y. So I always grew up on Pokemon X because my brother chose Y. No. Alright, and while they cut the votes. Congratulations, Wallet. Now, from what I know, the first 4 gym leaders are as so. There are Roxanne, I believe the next one is... God, I have not played Gen 3 in so long. I know there is rock, there's electric, and there's fire, but I do not remember what the second gym is at all. Alright, this should be the route that gets me my Taillow, which is perfect for my normal typing routine. And then Scruffy should have some type coverage because, you know, like most Generation 3 games, you know, he's typically the HM carrier. So he will probably carry Rock Smash, which is a bad move, but it has some sort of coverage, so I don't know. That's another thing too. I have no clue what mons I'm going to need for HMs, you know. I'm not too familiar with Generation 3, so I could need a mon that is not a normal type just to, like, say Surf or something, you know. Alright. Route 8. Wait. Oh no, it says Route 104. Alright. So then wherever 104 is, or I guess Route 4 is what it would be. It should be nearby, if I'm not already in it. Here. Helberg. Okay, I am in Route 104. So we should find a Taillow here. There's a Wingull. Not a Taillow. Oh, but all this XP is perfect for Scruffy. Because, you know, he needs the XP. So, the other day, I counted how many normal types are in this game, and there's maybe 14, some less than that I can actually use. So if the team doesn't change up a bit, you know why, you know? Out of all the Pokemon types, normal is one of the more few, from what I saw, but I know that there are other types that are a whole lot less, like Ghost typing or maybe dragon typing. Because from what I remember, I think Salamence is the only dragon type here. You know? I could have beat that bird up. That worm. Alright, screw it. So I think we're gonna faint again. Unless the Zigzagoon doesn't want to keep using the tackle. But yeah, okay. Nope. Okay. Because Scruffy can't hit a tackle that's right in front of him. That is death counter number 3. Jesus. This is going to be very fun. Now, I don't know how rare a Tailo spawn is supposed to be, but whatever the spawn rate is, I will be prepared to sit here for a minute. So, I'll be... Oh, never mind. Alright, there's a Tailo right there. It is a normal flying, so the flying type should definitely help with the coverage. And that's our second Pokemon. Welcome to the Team Tailo. I'm very happy. We'll get the name. And his name is Birdup. Alright. We got Birdup, and that is number 2 on our team. So now we can use Tailo a bit more, try to keep them relatively the same level, to make it a lot easier to battle. Alright. So we are going to beat the Zigzagoon. Alright. Now, I know I said that I am going to split this into 3 videos, but first I'm going to experiment with this first one. And if you guys have any suggestions for the next video, leave them in the comment. But make sure to like, subscribe if you want to see more content.